Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Retro Horror Stream. Today we are doing a TTRPG review for the Excellent game by... one second, I am terrible at names, I am sorry. Ororin Everyoung. And the reason I like this game, I want to go in that before I start showing y'all what the game is about, is it's very modular. It's very open source. Uh, I know I've talked about it a few times that I really like open source games. But this one really captures it for me. The excellent game stands for excellently into extreme chaotic events leading light speed into erratic gnarly trouble. And you can see all this art, which I think is pretty cool, was done by the creator of the game. And their link is to their Discord will be in the description below. I suggest join it. It's really a nifty Discord. They have a lot of cool stuff there. And I do like, why is there a big backpack, a giant backpack in the sky? The sun, excellent. The Cloud 1, Cloud 2, the dragon. It reminds me kind of a Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Bridge. The dragon, you? And then we get to the rules with the lettering that looks like, it's been nailed together. But we get to the introduction here. I'm going to read this to you. Excellence, extreme chaotic events leading lightspeed into erratic, gnarly trouble. The Excellent game is a vastly streamlined generic RPG system suitable for use in running any sort of game you might wish to play. Lasers whizzing through hollowed out husks of starships, swords sparking off against giant plate mail. A caped hero hurtling across the skyline to thwart some dastardly villain. The possibilities are all here in one little book, presented in plain and readily usable game concept. Here be dragons and a lot more besides. And you need to play all you need to play is this book, 3 or so 6 shooters, one big ol' math rock, and something to record your hero stats on. Some friends to play with would be cool beans, but are by no means strictly required, as solo role playing has become quite popular in recent years. It is difficult to say what exactly compelled me to write this book. A near myriad of charming and marvelous RPGs already called Earth their home. Yet here I stand, book in hand, attempting to add onto that pile of uncountable achievements laid down by those excellent writers who came before me, and those that are sure to come after. I make no claims that Excellent is the quote unquote world's greatest role playing game, and indeed, I openly admit to it merely being a pet project of mine, cobbled together in my spare time for fun, furnished with janky art which looks like something burglarized from a preschool. But in any case, I do hope this book brings you joy and some way improves a font of inspiration. I plan to release a supplement material for Excellent books. Or I plan to release supplemental material for Excellent. Books focused on specific genres, settings, pre-made content for use with the game, and perhaps some adventure modules. Perhaps if I ever learn how to draw properly, I might also release a new edition with true excellent work. If you have any questions, I can always be reached at their Discord name, which I think may have changed since this edition. I'm not sure, but I'm going to include that in the link below. Now, we have our base stats. We have strength, dex, con, int, whiz, charisma. We all know those from 5e. But this one has luck. And I like luck. Luck reminds me a lot of Fallout, which I'm a huge fan of. And luck gives you a bit of an advantage or a disadvantage, I think. What if your player chooses high luck? And they want to run a luck check against pickpocket? Well, we go to the ability checks then, which if a creature attempts something either knowingly or unknowingly, where success is uncertain, they make an ability check. For example, kicking down a door, racing a car through heavy traffic, dodging a falling boulder, shrugging off the effects of poison, understanding a foreign tongue, or simply being lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time. See that luck? That's what I mean. Like, what if your player goes to pick a pocket? I would me as the GM saying luck, I would say, roll me a luck check, which I have done. I played this with my players. They loved it. They thought it was really cool. Went to pick a pocket of a guard to get his security key card, but the guard had a better luck than them. So then we get to how to make an ability check. To make an ability check, add the mod of the relevant ability check to a D20 roll. The judge is free to add bonuses or penalties to the roll as they see fit to reflect the task difficult based on context. As a result of 10 or higher success. In my case, the player rolled badly. I did modify these rules a bit for my game. I discussed it with the creator, let them know that. But they understood my guys are all homebrew. But core ability checks. If an ability check is directly opposed by another creature, then instead of aiming for a 10, the side doing the rolling, who initiated the action, must get a total equal to or greater than the target creature's relevant ability score. And in order to succeed, for example, convincing someone of a lie, disarming an opponent, forcing open a door, which is being held shut by someone, or taming a wild horse. This is where we get to luck. Once per rest, you can add your luck mod to every roll you made in one round. I slightly changed that to be its own stat for my players, but you don't have to. It's not in this. That was just a homebrew thing I did. If you use this ability outside of combat, then the luck mod applies to the next 3 rolls you make within 1 minute. And I'm assuming 1 minute here. It's base kind of around 5e. 1 minute is 10 rounds. So 10 successive rotations of everyone making a turn. So let's say warrior makes a turn, fighter makes a turn, cleric makes a turn, your rogue used their luck. That's 4 turns to get back to the rogue. And then warrior makes a turn, fighter makes a turn, cleric makes a turn, rogue makes a turn. That's 8. They wouldn't be able to do that 3 times. They get it 3 times per minute. And I'm assuming here, I have to check, but a minute is 6 seconds per turn. Unarmed weapons are what you use when fighting well unarmed. Unarmed weapons are what you use when fighting. Well, unarmed common weapons are farmyard tools, shields, daggers, or mayhap a bar stool. Martial weapons are real deal things crafted specifically for warfare. Ranged weapons can be either common or martial outside of extraordinary scenarios. You are always to assume ammunition for them. So your ranged weapons, the reason I'm reading this is I want you guys to get an idea of how this works, because I know in 5e they don't really come up with like you get this much ammo. A lot of GMs homebrew it, so you don't, in my experience at least. But you know, encumbrances items, and as we go through this, I just want to get to the good stuff. Like we get through encumbrance, combat, and death. I'm sorry, combat's broken into 10-second rounds, not 6. And I'm not going to go through everything, so I want you folks to give them a look. I truly believe this is an excellent system. No pun intended. Oh, bad dad joke. But the creator did a lot of good for this. So we went to combat. Combat's 10 seconds. You get to your attack rolls, your damage rolls, sample situational combat modifiers, prepared actions. There's environmental hazards here, which I know in 5e does exist as an optional role, and there are a bunch of great supplements for it. But this has it built in. And I think that is just amazing. And there's no racial rest really. It's like, okay, no matter what, for each rest, it's 8 hours. So you got to think about that when you're trying to rest. You got to figure out how long you're gonna rest for. Then the hero creation, you have your skills, your excellency. Now this is unique to this system. Every hero worth their salt has a certain special, something which elevates and sets them apart from the great masses, be that an outright superpower or simply an enormous aptitude in a certain field. This is where excellency comes into play. The most versatile and exciting system and excellent game. Each hero starts with a max of 10 excellency points. Now, I'm not going to read through the excellency. I want you guys to do that. But we're going to go through, the judging systems here quick. Like, excellent is explicitly written to be an open interpretation as possible. The judge is free, encouraged even, to take what I have written and modify it however they see fit. There are very few rules to get in that way. That, coupled with the game's simple core mechanics of using ability checks for virtually everything, means that Excellent can easily be bent and molded to suit your needs on the fly. The following contains advice on judgment of the game. This is an open world system, and I think that is just amazing. With that, you get so much more. I mean, you're looking through this book with me right now, so I'm going through it. And if I get the owner's permission, I will, if they enjoy this, I will do a audio reading of this from start to bottom. I will even use a voice modifier so I can sound more professional than I do while I'm reading it right now. That was not a voice modifier, that was just me straining my voice. You have commerce and items, magic and high-tech items, and hero advancements. This one I really like. I like how they do this because it's increasing ability scores, and you get an increase in excellent points. But then there are rules for solo hero, as we can see. And they're creating creatures. So if you're a homebrewist like myself, you don't have to worry, oh, will this creature fit or not? It's up to you. It is your world. You can develop it however you want. And I really like that about this game. Now, I'm going to tell you what my player side of it here real quick. My players absolutely loved it. I played as a player in a high-tech cyber-tech world where we are being chased by cops, killer robbers. And I played as a GM. Like I was the GM in the world and I helped them develop it. This lets you do that. If you're a newer GM, if you're a newer in tabletop RPGs and you're not quite sure about 5e yet, I would suggest trying this and then going into 5e, or trying 5e and then going into this, then going into another system. I have been playing for 27 years, GMing for over 20, and this system won my heart. I know I normally do retro horror, I review a horror game, and we did do a horror game with this, and I'm trying to get my players back together so we can run Excellent as a horror game. A version of a werewolf game we all played at PAX U probably 5 years ago. Not the World of Darkness werewolf, it was just a random game company asked us to try their game. We're like, sure, let's do that. And I'd just like to remind everybody, this has been Callan Hale. I've been your host. I want you all to hydrate. If you gotta medicate, please take your medicine. Please don't forget. Eat some good food. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others. That little bit of kindness can go a long way in someone's life. Whether you realize it or not, you could make their day. It could be the difference between them having a bad day or a good day. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in for my review of Excellent. Please look at the links below. Please support the creator. I know currently they're working on some stuff. I've been chatting with them in Discord. Thank you for your time. You all have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful time zone. And remember, tomorrow, a new Fatal Frame comes out. And on Friday, we got another one. Saturday, we will not be doing any Hype Squad. But on Sunday, we got a new Silent Hill. So, love y'all. Have a good night. This has been Callan Hale, signing off.